The New York morning stood in such stark contrast to the blistering night before. On the anniversary of 9/11, respectful reflection to mark America's darkest day. A handshake between the two candidates who had clashed so brutally hours earlier. Good job, Donald Trump appears to say. Good morning to you. Thank you, the vice president replies. It is a fascinating glimpse into this presidential power play. Their first ever meeting came just 12 hours earlier.
Kamala Harris.
Harris in Trump's space to own the stage in a debate that was combative from the off.
But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born, is okay. And that's not okay with me.
It prompted the first moderator fact check.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
Then Harris's response on this central election issue and her core pitch to every woman in America.
And one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
Harris's strategy was to get under Donald Trump's skin, and so she tried to belittle him, to poke him.
And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom.
People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go.
Then he went where his advisors probably hoped he wouldn't.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
I just want to clarify, there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just
You talk about extreme.
But remember, that is the Donald Trump the locked-in supporters love. The question is how the undecideds respond to this. The focus then shifted to the vice president. What does she really stand for?
I know you say that your values have not changed, so then why have so many of your policy positions changed?
And what is important is that there is a president who actually brings values and a perspective that is about lifting people up and not beating people down and name-calling.
It was one example of a few where the vice president did not answer the question she'd been asked. Where she won on poise, she did not on policy detail. And this is what Trump, more trusted on the economy, on immigration, can exploit.
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years.
On foreign policy, Trump latched on to the many across the country who attached the wars in Ukraine and Gaza to an inept Biden. But Harris turned it on him.
That these dictators and autocrats are rooting for you to be president again because they're so clear they can manipulate you with flattery and favors. And that is why so many military leaders who you have worked with have told me you are a disgrace.
And then from the debate to the spin room and the surrogates doing their principal's work.
And I think she showed Donald Trump to be a rambling, confused man.
Surely you wanted to come here and say that Donald Trump had a great night.
I think he had a fine night. I think that this was a night that was absolutely necessary, and I am so happy we finally got to see these two people on a stage.
Well, remarkably, Donald Trump has now turned up here in the spin room himself. When you come to deliver your own top spin, it suggests it wasn't quite the night you wanted.
Why did you say that people are eating dogs in Springfield, Ohio?
True, you take a look at it. No,
it's nonsense. The local authorities say it is.
You could check it out. Check with the authorities.
It was the Donald Trump everyone knows. His opponent had more at stake here and more to prove. She certainly presented a contrast. But how many will it move? Mark Stone, Sky News in Philadelphia.